There's something standing behind you in every dream you have. You just never turn around to see it. I didn't believe that either until 3 nights ago, when I finally turned around. And I'm telling you right now, with 10 years of lucid dreaming behind me, that I will never do it again. Let me show you why. If you spend time around experienced lucid dreamers, you'll eventually hear the rule, and it's always said the same quiet way. Don't turn around. Not in a nightmare, not in a normal dream, especially not in a lucid one. And the reason people give is strange. They say that in a dream, your brain only fully renders what you're looking at. Everything behind you, out of view, isn't finished. It's a blur, a placeholder, unresolved. And the theory goes that if you turn around fast, before your mind can build a proper scene back there, you catch what's actually waiting in the unrendered space. You see the thing your brain was hiding by keeping it behind you. I always thought that was campfire nonsense, so I decided to test it 3 nights, get lucid and turn around as fast as I could to see what my mind had been keeping at my back for 10 years. So on the first night, I got lucid in a place that was almost peaceful. I was standing in a kitchen, my grandmother's kitchen, except the window looked out on the ocean. My reality check confirmed it. I looked at my hands and counted 6 fingers on one of them, which is my usual tell. I was dreaming, fully lucid, calm, and I could feel it, that specific sensation of a presence behind me. Not scary yet, just the feeling you get when someone walks into a room. Someone is standing behind me, so I turned around, and there was nothing. Just the rest of the kitchen, a table, a chair, completely normal. I actually laughed in the dream. Campfire nonsense, I thought. But here's the thing I noticed a second later, and it's the reason I kept going. The moment I turned, I heard very faintly, from the new space behind me now, a footstep. Whatever it was hadn't disappeared. It had just moved to stay behind me, and when I spun again, the same thing. Nothing there, and a soft sound from my new blind spot. I woke up before I could catch it. First night, a draw, but something was back there, and it did not want to be seen. By the way, if you've ever felt a presence behind you in a dream and been too afraid to turn around, tell me in the comments. I want to know how many of you felt the exact thing I'm describing, because after night 2, I stopped thinking it was in my head. So the second night took more effort. I got lucid in a hallway this time, a long one, the kind of endless corridor dreams love to build, and immediately the feeling was stronger, not a gentle presence anymore, a weight, the certainty that something was directly behind me, closer than a person would politely stand. And this time I had a plan. I wasn't going to turn my body because turning is slow and it always had time to move. I was going to use a mirror. There was a framed picture on the wall with glass over it, dark enough to reflect. I walked up to it, calm, casual, pretending I wasn't about to cheat, and I looked into the glass at the reflection of what was behind me, and for the first time I saw it, just for a moment. In the reflection, standing right behind me in that hallway, there was a figure, tall, human-shaped, standing perfectly still, close enough to touch me, its head slightly lowered. I couldn't make out a face, it was too dark, but I could see the shape of it, and I could see that it was looking at the back of my head. It had been that close, this whole time, every dream, my entire life, and the second I understood that I was seeing it in the glass, the reflection's head lifted, like it realized I'd found the trick, and I woke up so fast it felt like falling. I sat in my bed at 4 a.m, and I made a decision I now regret. 2 nights in, I had proof there was something back there, and I had to see its face. 1 more night, then came the 3rd night. And I need you to understand, going in, I was not calm. You can't fake calm to your own subconscious, and a dream feeds on what you bring into it. I got lucid instantly, no reality check needed, standing in the middle of my own bedroom, the real one, rendered perfectly, down to the moon lamp on my shelf. And the presence was already there, and it was enormous. Not a gentle weight anymore. It filled the whole room behind me. The air felt thick with it. Every instinct I have, awake and asleep, was screaming the same word. Don't turn around. And I want to tell you, I was brave. I wasn't. What actually happened is that I froze, facing my bedroom wall, listening to it breathe behind me for what felt like a very long time. Because here's what nobody tells you about finally getting what you wanted. When the thing you've been chasing is right there, an inch behind you, curiosity is not what you feel. What you feel is the deepest, oldest part of your brain begging you to stay very, very still. But I'd come this far. So I counted to 3 and I turned around. And it was me. Standing in the middle of my room, facing me, was myself. Same face, same clothes, same everything, but wrong. It wasn't a mirror image, because it wasn't copying me. It was just standing there, looking at me, with an expression I have never worn in my life. Empty, patient, the face of something that had been waiting behind me for 10 years for me to finally turn around, and was so glad that I finally had. And it opened its mouth and it started to say something, and I will be honest with you, I did not stay to hear it. I forced myself awake with everything I had, and I have not turned around in a dream since. So let me give you the 2 ways to understand this, because this one genuinely rattled me. The rational version, and it's solid. That rule about unrendered space is actually rooted in something real about how dreams work. Your dreaming brain does prioritize what has your attention, and areas outside your focus are less defined. So when you deliberately whip around looking for something frightening, you are essentially asking your subconscious on the spot to generate the scariest thing it can in the place you're most afraid of, and it delivers. The presence got stronger each night because I was feeding it my own growing fear, night after night, journaling it, obsessing over it, walking back in, primed to be terrified. And the figure being me, my own face, is almost too on the nose. It's the classic symbol. The thing you're most afraid to look at your back, your whole life, is some part of yourself you haven't turned to face. My brain built the perfect horror because I gave it the perfect blueprint. I believe that it explains all of it. What it doesn't explain is why it was already there on night 1 before I was afraid. Before I'd fed it anything, that first gentle presence in my grandmother's kitchen, that was there the moment I arrived, calm, with no fear to build from. Something was behind me before I gave my mind any reason to put it there. And that lines up with the oldest version of this rule, the one that isn't about rendering at all. The one that says the presence behind you in dreams isn't generated by you, that it's always there in every dream, standing just out of view, and that the reason you instinctively never turn around isn't fear, it's protection, that some part of you knows not to look. I'm not telling you which version is true. I'm telling you that I looked, I saw my own face waiting for me. And now there's a part of me that wishes I'd listened to the rule. Here's where I'm gonna leave you, and I mean this. If you lucid dream and you feel something behind you, let it stay there. You do not need to see its face. I did, and I can't unsee it. But I keep thinking about the fact that it was about to speak, that it had something to say to me, and part of me, the stupid part, the part that makes these videos, wants to go back one more time and let it finish the sentence. If I do, and if I survive it, that's the next video. Subscribe, and maybe talk me out of it in the comments. Close your eyes, stay awake.